the young men, right? The individuals that I have met as a drill instructor, the individuals that I've met in the gym, just throughout life. You have to be careful on who your friends are. You have to be careful on who you allow into your space. There comes a time in your life, right? There's going to come a time in your life where you may hit rock bottom. And then you may realize that there needs to be a bit of a drastic change in your life. And this is where most men come into finding God, right? Because they realize that the path that they were on, as far as living life, is flawed as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It comes a point where you're living your life and you reach a certain destination that you did not want. And so then you begin seeking other methods. And sometimes these other methods are methods that thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of other men from the past have done, and that is seeking God, right? And what I will say is that when you are on that path of seeking God, what you realize and what you begin to realize is that you will need to cut a lot of motherfuckers off. You know what I'm saying? You will need to cut a lot of motherfuckers off. And that means that whether it be men, women, stop looking at men like men. Stop looking at women like women. And begin to look at people like energy. Look at people like energy. Do you allow this energy into your space? Because the key to finding, because let me tell you, God is identity. You know what I'm saying? God is identity. And if a lot of these words don't register with you, then that means that you probably have not hit rock bottom yet, and you don't have any inclination to really find yourself or go far. I'm talking far, like mentally, spiritually, financially far. If you don't have any inclination to do that, then a lot of these words are not gonna make fucking sense to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's all right. But the point I'm trying to make is that when you are going and finding God, you have to understand that as a man, you do not find God in chaos. You do not find God at the club. You don't find God knee deep in some pussy. You do not find God at a strip club. You do not find God at the bottom of a bottle. You find God in peace. When your home is peaceful, you could be in a relationship, but if your home is peaceful, key word, peaceful, that's the only time you will find God. Because God will only speak to you when there is peace in your mind. When you rely on external validation, when you rely on that thing to fix your needs, when you rely on that vape to get you through the day, when you rely on that drink to get you through the day, when you rely on nicotine to get you through the day, when you rely on fucking porn, when you get lonely at night, when you rely on gambling, when you rely on the world, you know what I'm saying? When you rely on the fucking world, that's how you end up going down that path of somewhere you do not want to fucking be. That's how you end up at rock bottom. Because you realize that that thing did not have the answers, but you wanted that thing because you were looking for answers. You know what I'm saying? I was there. That's why I'm saying this. Like you're addicted to this thing because you're really looking for answers, because you want to fill that gap. You don't want to deal with the energy inside of you. So you're using this thing. You're trying to fix yourself. You're really trying to find meaning and find identity and find purpose. So you're fixated on this thing. But in reality, you need to sit with the energy inside of you. You need to put a pause on everything. Separate yourself from everything. That's when God talks. God does not talk to you when you got all that shit in you. God does not talk to you when you got all this shit in your brain. God does not talk to you when you seek all this validation from things. God does not talk to you when you are addicted to this thing. He loves you because you are a creation of him. But you need to first find peace. You need to first find peace. And if you have people in your fucking life, in your circle, that are not about peace, if you have people in your circle, that are dragging you back to that lifestyle, then they are fucking killing you. They are a detriment to your existence. They are an energy draining fucking vampire that needs to be eradicated and removed. And it could be your homeboy. It could be your motherfucking sneaky link, whatever. It could be whatever. It could be whoever. It could be your sister. It could be your brother. It could be your best friend. It could be anybody. If they are not about keeping peace with themselves, because first they have to be at peace with themselves. In order to give peace, you have to be at peace. You can't just be a fucking chaotic ass motherfucker and expect to be a friend of peace to somebody. You have to be at peace to be able to give peace. If you can't do that, then go be by yourself. Go be by yourself. Create peace by yourself. Build up and store your own energy by yourself. That's when God will talk to you. Because God is identity. God is consciousness. God is direction. God is purpose. And those quiet voices that you hear internally when you're by yourself and you're feeling lost, that's God. That's God talking. The energy that you feel, that inclination that you feel to do something that's going to lead towards a upward trajectory of your life, that is God talking. And you got to listen. And if that means cutting people off that are not about that shit, fuck them. Leave them. Don't give a fuck. Because self-preservation is the way. And if you got people in your circle that are not about growth for themselves, what makes you think they're about growth for you? So fuck them. Leave them. Don't give a fuck if they're your homeboy. Don't give a fuck if that's your homegirl. Leave them. They'll understand. If they get it, if eventually when they get it, or if they get it, they will understand why you did what you did. Other than that, fuck them. Fuck them. Straight up. Fuck them. I'm out.